All right. Shabbat Shalawam. This is the brothers of GMS Louisiana Saints, the New Orleans camp, with another live Shabbat lesson. But before we get started, as always, we're going to give all praises, glory, and infinite honors to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham, Kahadash.
Dash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. In peace and salutations to you, sincere Akim out there, pushing this word in truth and sincerity to the four corners of the globe. May you brothers endure until the end. Shabbat Shalawam.
Shabbat Shalawam.
And hey, we're just going to get right into it, starting it off with Revelation chapter 12, verse 10.
God, this Revelation chapter 12, verse 10. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now has come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our power and the power of his Mashiach. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night.
As it says, for the accuser of our brethren who accused them before our power day and night. And as you can see from the title of this article on worldisraelnews.com, it reads, U.S. ramming attack killer posted meme says black people are true Jews. And of course he did. This is another narrative Esau's coming with to lay blame and accuse this truth and make us look at like black Hebrew Israelites, black identity extremists, you name it. This, along with that New Jersey thing a couple of years ago, the thing that happened on the Capitol steps, and a whole host of other things that happened here and there.
Oh. The main thing was that thing that happened in Jersey.
You had that shooting at that kosher market. You had that, and again, you had I think it was HOY at the Capitol steps with those Catholic high school Edomite kids. You had a sign over at some other Amalekite market in California saying Yahawashi is coming. And now you got this. Again, the accuser of our brethren, these Edomites, trying to put together this narrative to come against this truth and further be justified in taking our videos off the highways and byways and taking our videos off the internet and taking us off the highways and byways and then coming after us. And hey, this is what we've constantly known was coming, Akim. If y'all remember, during the 9/11 attacks, they got our apostle elders and threw them in jail on suspicions that they had something to do with it, which was complete BS. And we can expect the same thing to happen to us. But this isn't something we should be worried about. Our forefathers were persecuted in the past for this word, and it's going to be no different for us. But what does it say? The servant is like his master. What they have done to me, they will also do unto you. And Yahawashi was persecuted in the apostles, but what was their ultimate end goal? You got Yahawashi sitting at the right hand of the Father. He went through his hour of temptation, and we're going to have to go through ours. And if we endure and don't let any of these wiles of the devils take us out or cast us off, hey, we're going to sit on the right hand of Yahawashi and be at that elect number. You got it out.
Real quick, this 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 12. Yea, and all that will live godly in a Mashiach Yahawashi shall suffer persecution.
Hey, it speaks for itself. All that live godly in Yahawashi shall suffer persecution. This is what we signed up for, and this is what you should expect. And hey, we talk about it all the time. If you've got nothing coming your way and it's just smooth sailing through this truth, you better reevaluate your priorities and where you fit in this truth, because you might as well not be in it if you're not going through any persecution. As the brother just read in that precept in Timothy's, that's a telltale sign of those that are the true followers of Hamashiach. And we should really revel in these things. Again, this is going to show that we're in that right walk. And we just got to constantly endure and hope at the end of that tunnel, hey, we're of that elect number. But now we're going to get into this article a little bit. Any you brothers want to read it?
I'll read it.
Okay.
It says, United States ramming attack killer posted Hitler meme saying black people are true Jews.
And look at this guy.
Big dope. Bugged
out. Says the suspect in the deadly car ramming attack.
Hey, can you read that first part in bold at the top?
Okay. Darrell Edward Brooks posted support for Black Lives Matter and Black Hebrew Israelites online.
Hey, then controlling the narrative, constantly putting that color black in front of it. I just got through watching a video by the elder brother Malcolm up in Chicago doing a video on controlling the narrative about how when they put that black in front of anything, it automatically has a negative connotation. And it's no different with this label. When you hear Black Hebrew Israelites, the first thing you think of are militant japes wearing all black with the fringes and the Star of David and a sword and a gun, talking about all kind of crazy stuff. And with them saying this guy had leanings towards the Black Hebrew Israelites, it's going to be the same thing. Oh, they're violent. I told you, you had that shooting, that so-called shooting in New Jersey, and now look, you have this other Black Hebrew Israelite hitting a bunch of grannies at a Christmas celebration, which
I got a precept too.
which as we know, and you sincere Aki know, this isn't a color-based thing. We're simply the Hebrew Israelites. Whenever they talk about the so-called Black Hebrew Israelites, they never mention the so-called Latinos or Native Americans. And what I find funny about that is back when that thing happened on the state happened in the state capitol with HOI, you had Fox News do a segment on it, and they showed, I believe it was ISUPK, a clip of them preaching, and literally in the back of them they had the 12 tribes sign with the so-called Latinos and Native Americans on it, but then the little headline at the bottom said Black Hebrew Israelites. It's just sloppy and tacky. And as we get closer and closer to the end, you can expect these things to ramp up, but he's also going to get much more sloppy with it. You've already got, and I'm going to try to word it in a way that makes it appropriate. You've already got certain cartoon shows showing scenes that are very similar to this scene that took place. A little bit of a predictive
program.
Yeah. The PP word, if you get my drift.
Yeah.
You got your precept.
Yeah, this is basically this is what's getting ready to come down to. And we've been pushing this for a while. This is Luke 21:12. It says, but therefore all these, let me go up one. Let me go up two, actually. 10. It said, then said he unto them, nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom. It says, and great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines and pestilence, and fearful signs and great signs shall they be from heaven. And this is the point. Go ahead.
If I could say real quick, with the pre-camp video we went into last Saturday, we brought out this precept and we went into how all these different end time signs Yahawashi said to look for are either in the process of taking place or taking place as we speak. And just the other week, what did you have? Those signs in the heavens, that partial lunar eclipse, which was the longest one since 1440, and you already know what time that number's on. And it would also, what also took place during it was the Leonid meteor shower. And when we went into the word Leonid, which is the Slavic form of Leonidas, and Leonidas means the son of the lion. So all these different signs are taking place to show that our salvation is nearer than when we believed. And one of the things we got to go through before that salvation takes place is the persecution of the men of the Lord in the ministry.
Right. And it says, but before all these, they shall lay their hands on you and persecute you, delivering you up to the synagogues and to prisons, being brought unto kings and rulers for my name's sake.
Hey, you shall be persecuted and delivered up to the synagogues and into prisons. And to those that don't know, over in Australia right now, and you've got people getting thrown into jail dealing with the situation 1-9, and it's going to come here. And recently, you had one of the heads of the NIH, or the National Institute of Health, say that people that pushed out anti-Krispy Kreme or anti-Dragon Juice information out there should be punished. They should have some form of penalties for what they're doing. And we know that this is all ultimately leading to the men of the Lord getting thrown into prison, linking all these different so-called conspiracy theories to the truth, because we speak on these things. Because as we know, these aren't. I
got another one too. When you finish.
We know that these conspiracy theories aren't false. It's simply the truth. And it's becoming so much of a truth, not just from the men of the Lord preaching this word, but all these other so-called truthers out here, that Esau's losing control of the narrative, and he's having to scramble to try to recontrol the narrative. And that's going to involve a lot of people getting thrown into jail, getting thrown onto the red, the yellow, and the blue lists, and executions out here.
Yeah, this is I got. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, as it says, being brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake. I can expect to be brought before government officials, like governors, and even the president. And some brothers may even come before a Rothschild or a Rockefeller as a testimony for the name of YAHAWAH, bahasham, Yahawashi. But as it further says in Matthew chapter 10, don't be worried about what you're going to speak in that day, because I'll put the words in your mouth to speak exactly what you need to speak. And by the Most High saying that alone, it goes to show that the Most High is going to have our back every step of the way, whatever our lot is, whether it be to make it all the way through or if we have to be a martyr for it. What it comes down to is just being a good soldier of Yahawashi Hamashiach, enduring everything and not being entangled with the affairs of this life or your emotions you may have about these situations we're going to go into.
Yeah, I got this one right here. This is Revelations 2:10. It says, "Fear none of these things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. But be thou faithful unto death, and I will give you a crown of life."
Hey, it speaks for itself. The devil, that deceiver, Esau, Edom, is going to cast some of us into prison that we may be tried. But as I said, if you endure all things, but it says, if you're faithful unto death, if that's your lot, then I will give thee a crown of life. So again, whatever comes our way, we got to endure it like good soldiers of Yahawashi Hamashiach, because that end goal is that crown, eternity, being of that elect number, which is going to make this little nightmare seem like just that. A drop in the pan, a snap of the fingers, a blink of an eye before we're in the kingdom of heaven, ruling for eternity.
I got one off the comment board from Raham. Shalawam, Brakatah.
Shalawam,
Yeah, this is Matthew 5:10. It says, "Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for there is the kingdom of heaven."
Hey, it says, "Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake." What we're reading about in this article is us being persecuted for righteousness' sake. They're controlling that narrative to further link us to Black Hebrew Israelites, Black identity extremists, domestic terrorists, you name it. But as it says, theirs is the kingdom of heaven. If we endure all things to the bitter end, we're going to receive that crown. And what's funny that the brother Uriah posted this. Just recently, he got a strike on his page for so-called medical misinformation. Hey, that devil's constantly out here trying to take the videos offline and eventually to come after us on the highways and byways. But it's all been prophesied for that to happen, the persecution to come, some of us to go into prison and go before kings and these other magistrates out there. But what does it say at the very end? Those that endure until the end shall receive that crown of life and inherit the kingdom of heaven. Be of that elect number, that first fruits.
I got this one too from Brother Kabar off the comment board. This is Isaiah 59:15. Yea, trust a true fellow, and he that departed from evil maketh himself a prey. And the Lord saw it, and it displeased him that there was no judgment.
It said, "He that departed from evil make himself a prey." And that's what we're doing. We've departed from the evil of this world, and we're some of the most innocent people out here. We follow the traffic laws. We pay our taxes. We work. We do all that. You don't see us out there toting guns or advocating for violence on the streets. We're simply preaching the words of the scriptures. And look at how much of an uproar this has made in the world, especially against these elites and this NW0 they're trying to bring about. As it says in one of my favorite precepts, Matthew 24, verse 14, "And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come." We're bringing about the end of this current age of the rulership of the heathen nations, chiefly the Edomites, ushering in the kingdom of heaven. So with us doing that, what do you think the powers that be would do? Do whatever they can to,
I want to say something too, because to add to what you were saying, it's all been done through the power of Yahawashi through our mouth, man.
Con.
Right? He giving us the words to speak to tear down this place spiritually, man. Right? You never seen Babylon and this much of an uproar in of array due to the fact that this word is tearing this place down, man. Brick by brick, stone by stone, gravel by gravel, man. All right, spirit by spirit. We rousing these spirits up in different events by preaching the word, going on the highways and byways, man. All right, begging the Lord to tear this place up, man. Go ahead, up.
Got that in Thessalonians. You want it?
Oh, you can get it out.
Real quick. 2 Thessalonians 2, verse 8. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom Yahawah, bahasham Yahawashi, shall consume with the spirit of his mouth.
With the consume with the, okay.
You got it.
Hey, to consume with the spirit of his mouth. And as the elder brother was saying, hey, we're the mouthpieces of the Most High, consuming him and sending out that judgment, saying all that you've done and what the punishments are for it. And then once the verdict goes out, once the verdict is come to with you being guilty, then the judgment for you comes, your prison sentence, so to speak. And what does it say next in it?
It says, Yahawah bahasham Yahawashi shall consume with the spirit of his mouth and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming.
With the brightness of his coming, his second coming, when he cracks those clouds and comes with the armies of heaven, those fleets of chariots to save his elect and put the final nail in the coffin of the rulership of you Edomites, as well as you other heathen nations. And then when the dust settles, Yahawashi, along with those 144,000 hunters with those spiritual bodies, are going to start rounding up you heathens for slavery. And the first ones on the list are going to be you very same elites, you Rothschilds, you Rockefellers, DuPonts, Gettys, you name it, putting together these narratives, trying to blame the ministry and make a man an offender for a word to be justified in coming against us.
Yeah,
precept too.
Con. You can get your precept and then we'll read a little bit more in that article.
All right, it's Matthew 10:28. And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell.
How are we supposed to fear a carnal man, a man that the Most High put in place to rule? You're fearing the creation more than the creator. The Most High is in control of this entire movie and moving it towards this outcome, the persecution as well as the salvation. So I'm going to put all my chips on Yahawah bahasham Yahawashi and Abarak Dazah. These brothers and myself have the spirit to endure the persecution that comes our way so we can make it to the end and receive those crowns in everlasting life. But we can keep reading in that article out.
Okay. It says, Darrell Edward Brooks posted support for Black Lives Matter and Black Hebrew Israelites online. The suspect in the deadly,
that's the old boy.
In the deadly car ramming attack in Waukesha, Wisconsin, had a history of posting support for the Black Hebrew Israelites. Anti-Semitic theories and anti-white racist posts to social media, it has emerged. Which there's no such thing as a Semitic. His name was Shem. Like they don't care about facts, truth, nothing. They just go on with their move, man.
There's no such thing as white people either.
Yeah, it's all madness. Or Black Hebrew. This is all just lies. But people believe this.
Look who they got right there.
Oh, of course. But that's the truth. That's supposed to be the truth. We're crazy. We're conspiracy theorists, but that's Jesus the Christ. Good old Cesare. It says social media accounts belonging to Darrell Edward Brooks were screen captured by journalist Andy Engel before they were removed from the internet. They reveal a history of posting violent threats and anti-Semitic conspiracy theories. One post featured a photo of Hitler and a quote purportedly accredited to him before his death, explaining to a German soldier that he had been motivated to, quote, defend Germany from, quote, the Jews, before claiming that America had stolen Black people, the true Hebrews, and of moving false white Jews into the state of Israel. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that never happened. Obviously, that guy, he made all that up.
And when we read it correctly, what is it? How's it supposed to read? Before claiming that those European Edomites colonists, colonialists had stolen the children of Israel, specifically the southern kingdom, from the west coast of Africa, who are indeed the true Hebrews, and of moving the false Amalekite Edomites, those 1948ers, into the state of Israel, which we can all prove this through the scriptures. Ezekiel 36 and Idumea, which is appointed my land into their possession. And how did they get that land? They laid the groundwork with the Balfour Declaration in 1918. Then after World War II, the United Nations, heavily helped by the United States of America, allowed them to set up the Israeli Declaration of Independence and UN charters to allow them to get that land into their hands. All biblical facts that can be backed up with secular history. What's it about to say in the very next paragraph?
Hey, and y'all brothers can probably help me out with it, because it kind of escaped me right now. But whether he put that or not, it's even in the actual book by, I think it was Time. It was Time magazine made a book back in the day. It was the volume 2 of the book, and it actually speaks of Hitler himself saying that the Jews were Negroes, and that what he made a letter to what they have done and who they have over here captive, man. That's documented, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You all right?
Images of so-called Negroes, and right next to images of Amalekites, and it just said plainly who the real Jews are, man. That was in Time magazine.
That's right. You can look that up. Time magazine, volume 2. It's Time magazine, something volume 2, and it got Hitler on the front of it, man. Or you can put Hitler, volume 2, Time, and you can buy that book. It's a hard copy of that book that you can buy, man.
Mm-hmm.
And we keep going up.
Yeah, you can read that last paragraph, Baba Gasha.
And it says the post echoes the beliefs of the Black Hebrew Israelites who claim to be the true descendants of the biblical Israelites. Brooks, who posted online under his rapper name Math Boy Fly,
man,
posted the image in November 2015 with the comment, "Real game right here."
Yeah, you get the point of the article, but as you can clearly see, that narrative is getting set up against us. And as we've been going into with these precepts, that accuser of our brethren, that devil, hey, he's about to come down in great wrath because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. He sees that Israel's waking up. These prophecies are coming to their fulfillment. And even these average Joes out here are starting to wake up to his BS, and his left-hand magic is leaving him. So he's about to really come down with that hammer. But hey, when he makes a move, that's when the Most High is going to make a move. He's in the perfect position to be checkmated. He's in a catch-22. If these elites don't do anything, then the elect are going to get sealed, even though they're going to get sealed regardless. But if he does do something and come against the elect, the Most High is going to set up that standard against him. You can't win. But we can get that Revelation 12, verse 12, and then somebody could hold for me Isaiah 59, verse 19.
I'm still in Revelation 12. I'll get it.
Kind of.
It's Revelation 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell therein. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time.
And like I just said, this dude knows he has a short time. That's why he's scrambling to bring about this NW0 and all these different narratives to come against us. But at the top it says, rejoice ye heavens and ye that dwell in them. And we're, in a sense, in heaven right now, because we have an understanding of who we are, and we know how everything's going to play out. We know that if we endure whatever comes our way, that we're going to receive that crown. But it says, woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, 2/3 of the nation of Israel, and you other heathens that don't have that protection. You're the ones that are going to have to worry about this devil coming down and using everything he's got in his arsenal to just wreak havoc. But
with brute force.
Brute
force. Yeah, brute force is about to be used, man. This devil is gonna come down like Judge Dredd, man. If you ever watched, the movie or the cartoon of Judge Dredd, that's Esau in a nutshell, man. A psychopath, a lunatic, just a pure lunatic, man, on the loose, with all power and weapons in his arsenal, man, and all power given from the Most High to to be used against you tribes in these last seconds of times, man. Before the kingdom, you 2/3, man. He's gonna get his rocks off on 2/3 out here, man.
About to really drop his nuts.
Yeah, how many more you got, because we, like I said, it had to be extremely long.
Oh, kind of. And we can close it out on that Isaiah 59 and 19. But as it says in that Revelation 12, verse 12, woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, but rejoice ye that are in heaven. And when that devil makes his move, that's when the Most High is going to make his move. You should be yearning and hastening for this devil to speed things up and get it popping. That's at least I know that's what I've been waiting for. I've been waiting for this man to really, really get down. It seems like he's been holding his nuts and taking his feet off the gas pedal like he's scared of something. I thought you were Big Bad E. I thought you were the hammer of the earth, the man that people are scared to even say your name. But in these latter days, it's getting to be shown that you're nothing more than the basest of men and a coward that you always were. And it's become even more evident when you come after the elect and the Most High raises up that standard, that dam to stop that flood that's going to come against us.
That's right.
But whoever had it, you can get that Isaiah 59, verse 19.
All right, Con, this Isaiah 59 and 19. So shall they fear the name of the Most High from the west,
Which
and
is
his
exactly
glory.
And that's exactly what we're doing. We're fearing the name of YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI from the west, the Western Hemisphere, where we're at right now, in Babylon the Great, the United States of America, this whore. We're going out on the highways and byways preaching this word, as well as putting a video epistles like this, sending out this vibration of YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI, along with our brothers to the ends of the earth doing the same thing, bringing about the end of this captivity.
And his glory from the rising of the sun, when the enemy shall come in like a flood. The spirit of the Most High shall lift up a standard against him.
And when the enemy shall come in like a flood, that devil coming down in great wrath, the spirit of Yahweh shall lift up a standard against him, that dam to block that flood. And we're about to see the unbelievable become the believable. Hey, brothers getting spiritual powers, brothers getting out of situations that seemed impossible to get out of, and ultimately us getting beamed up onto the chariots. Abaratazah, we're of that number. So if you're in your right mind, we really got nothing to fear. Of course, we're in this flesh, and the things that are going to come our way are going to seem bad and insurmountable. But as long as we keep our faith in Yahawah bahasham Yahawashi, he's going to have our back. As it says in one of my other favorite precepts in Sirach chapter 2, remember the generations of old, and whosoever believed in the Most High was ever let down, or did the Most High ever not come to their aid? Of course not. But if any other brothers had any points they wanted to make, kind of.
No, that's pretty much
that,
it.
With that, we hope you sincere Akim out there were edified by this short Shabbat lesson. And again, as always, we're going to give all praises, glory, and infinite honors to Yahawah. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who ruled and teach well. And peace and salutations to you, sincere Akim out there, pushing this word in truth and sincerity to the four corners of the globe. May you brothers endure until the end. Shabbat Shalawam.
Shabbat Shalawam.